My husband, he has some very expensive hobbies. And this morning, one of them is fishing. So, we only have one vehicle, and I have a breakfast date at 10 o'clock, which now it's going to be Melinda and her husband because they're going somewhere right after, and so I'm going to pick up Matt before I go to the restaurant and get him from fishing, and then we're going to all go eat. So anyway, it's just I I don't participate in all of his hobbies. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, especially fishing because he's got on these like waders and all of this fucking
The
gear.
gear.
And yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck, and I just can't imagine strolling down the river for miles and then sometimes he doesn't catch a fucking thing. And I'm just like, I don't understand the joy in that. But that's his topic. I mean, that's his hobby, one of them. But he's a hunter. I never ever thought I'd see
He's an
myself.
outdoorsman.
Mm.
Yes, we'll just say that. He's an outdoorsman. He also loves golf and he loves bowling. Um, so my question was, I was thinking about this morning after I dropped him off, and I'm like, do you gals, do any of your husband's hobbies with them? Like, if
Mm.
he wants to go bowling because he's not in a league, I'll go bowling with him, and we'll go have fun bowling. But it's not like I'm not going to play golf with him. I'm not going in the golf cart. I'm not
Why
doing
not?
that kind of
Have you ever
thing.
gone to
Why
like a
not?
driving range or whatever?
No. And I mean,
Oh, we'll
it's
add that
just
to the list
It's
in San
fun.
Antonio.
If you can do cartwheels, you can go to a driving range and swing a club.
well, I have this depth perception problem.
It doesn't matter. It's completely different. The ball isn't moving.
But
Not
my
like
thing is that I don't have to do everything with him that he does,
Yeah.
you
Mm,
know?
true.
But the big thing that really, set my heart aflutter is that he went with me last night to a concert. And I went to see, like, because if you're listening to this podcast, we haven't talked about music, but Dave Matthews is my favorite band, and there was a Dave Matthews tribute band in Roanoke last night, and so I asked him if he would go with me. I didn't make him. There was no forcing him, to come along with me and sit there and drink beer and whatnot. But he's toughed it out, and he said he had a good time. The music was good. They sounded a lot like D&B, and so that just really, like, kind of was like one of those love language triggers of whatever. I can't remember all of the love languages, but it's not an act of service, but I feel like it was a
Time.
gift. Time,
Time.
quality time. Yeah. So, but knowing that, he doesn't even like that kind of music, but he went to do it with me, it was special, you know. So I don't mind going and dropping him off for his little fishing trip. Ooh, but
Well,
let me say, he does have a fishing trip coming up in September. So
girls'
maybe
weekend?
that girls'
Oh,
weekend.
when in September?
It's the second weekend. It's the weekend after Labor
Never
Day.
mind. Andrea
Okay.
has a trip already booked.
No, no, because my anniversary is in September, so I can't like be like, oh hi honey, we're going on a girls trip on our anniversary weekend.
Yeah.
Like no, doesn't work like that. But that's cool. That weekend's in the clear.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So what hobbies do your partners have, and do you do them with them?
Well, since Jen's still getting her life together, um,
That's a
I
yes. If you're,
apologize. I
if
am never like this. I apologize.
it's okay. We all have those days. I've been there. I've been late for the podcast before.
Yeah, but then
I
it's
can't
just
wait for
late.
when I'm late.
This is just like it just keeps going and going and going. I'm just like, whatever.
That's what she
Whatever.
said. Well, my husband, Jim, he likes to play poker.
Ooh,
So also an expensive hobby at
in the front
times.
or the rear?
Um, anyway, so I think I went with him maybe when we were first dating, like I can count on less than one hand how many times I actually went and like played with him because I didn't really like get it, but like
Yeah.
I did kind of understand, but not like on the level he understands.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually really good. Like if he can he really focuses and you know gets in there and gets in the zone, like he's really good. Um, oh my goodness, she's smoking already this morning. Um, so yeah, he does that. So usually what happens there is that we'll go, if we're on a trip, we'll go to the casino, whatever, and then I kind of just find something else to do, which I make $20. I can make $20 last like, 3 hours at a slot machine. Um,
I can't do the whole gambling thing because we've tried and I start freaking out about losing money and I'm like, nope, let's go. I've hit my
mm,
max. Let's go.
Or I'll
Andrea,
book myself a spa day or something if he's doing that.
Yeah, right.
we're like you where we can make like a couple bucks last at like the nickel slots or whatever,
hmm
and you
hmm
just play, and then the ladies come around and like ask you if you want drinks, and
And you're like, yep.
you can drink and tip them well, and they'll keep coming back. Like you can last a lot, like a long time
hmm
on $20 on like a nickel slot machine. And
Yeah.
then
hmm
Mel, like you don't have to worry about like,
You just got to make sure you're like pushing the button when they walk around to make sure,
yeah.
you're playing.
Right.
Um, so usually that's what I do. And then he also plays golf, which I do play golf. So sometimes we'll play golf together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he likes to play basketball. So he hasn't way back when he was in a league, but I think he's trying to get back to it here where we are now. And so our plan is that when he goes to play basketball, I'm just gonna go to the beach because
Oh,
literally
heck yeah.
the court is like a block away from the beach. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, that works for me because that's something I want to do. Because he's not always into going to the beach with me.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll go to the beach and just dive right in and then be done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would be that same way because I'd be like, nope, I don't want to play basketball. I'd much rather go to the beach.
Yeah, same.
Well, and I don't want to watch you. I don't want to sit there and watch you play basketball either. When
No,
it's
I'd
hot
be
as
on my
hell,
phone.
I'd rather be on at the beach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
And
just little things. I mean, and then, we do like a lot of the same, we're talking about music, we like a lot of the same music. So if there's a concert or something or a comedian that he wants to go see, then, we'll try to make that work and go from
oh,
there.
so y'all got Matt Rife tickets then?
No. No. And you know what's funny is he's been watching him for like years now.
Oh,
And like
really?
all of a sudden, I don't understand what happened. All of a sudden, he just became like insanely popular.
I didn't know who he was. I had to ask Matt, and then Matt showed me a clip, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that guy." I just didn't know his name. But I
hmm
don't have any like, all of these women are just falling over him, and he's an attractive dude. But I'm like, you know,
I don't know.
his comedy's raunchy too, but it's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. So Jennifer, Miss Jennifer, what do you and Mr. Jennifer do? Do you do any of his hobbies?
Yeah. We do everything together. Um,
Do you go to the bathroom together?
no, that's what we don't do, but that's not a hobby.
It is one of mine.
That's
So so like whenever we first started dating, Kevin loves, like he still loves going to concerts, but
Mhm.
not like big concerts. Like this is like heavy metal music. I don't know. I don't, it's like boom, boom, boom music. And so he kind of got me turned on to some of that kind of music.
Yeah.
But like these are like in small areas
hmm
where you're up
Right.
close and personal with like the band,
Mhm.
kind of like a dive area, right?
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
And so we
Yep.
used to do that a lot. And so even if I wasn't too gung ho about the artist, I still went
Mhm.
because it was something that he enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know. I'm tons of fun and all my hobbies are great. I don't really have any hobbies,
Mhm.
but like he'll go, we did that. If there's something that, like, I don't know, we play video games now, like we've always done that, so that's something that we still do together.
Right.
We want to get into golfing, and so we're like, our plan is to like start going to the driving range. And I used to golf, like, my grandfather paid for me to have lessons, which I haven't golfed
Oh,
in years, so it'd be like starting all over probably for me.
Mm,
yeah.
But I mean, just something more to do outside.
yep.
But I mean, if there's something that he wants to do, I'm just like, okay, like he loves Bigfoot. And so he wants to like go to like Bigfoot conventions and whatever. And I'm just like, okay, great. Like book it. I'll go. Like, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a horror convention that comes to Charlotte every year, and we go and do that. And if there's
Do you
something
guys
that
dress up?
we
You
don't.
guys dress up? Oh.
There's something like, I guess he was upset that I didn't invite him to go to San Antonio, because he was like, I would have just gone and just did my own thing. So like, even though he would have just, like, he went to Vegas when we went to Vegas that one year for Summit, and he just went and did his own thing while I was in the sessions all day. Um, but and then, well, of course we have kids too. So like Caden
Right.
is totally into fishing. Like yesterday he was out all day fishing, all
Mm.
day. And
Where
so,
where does he fish at down there?
well, here in the neighborhood we live in, we have like 7 lakes. And so
Okay.
he usually bounces around from lake to lake because they're scattered throughout the neighborhood. Or he goes to this other neighborhood that's super, it's a big neighborhood, but they have this one particular lake where there's tons of catfish and they are huge.
Mm.
And so
Oh.
he loves going in there. And so he
Does he
was there all
noodle?
day.
Does he
What?
noodle for the
He
catfish?
does not. And I told him he's not allowed to do that, because I
I
do
don't even
not
know
want
what
him
that
lose. I don't
is.
want him. I didn't either until yesterday. And they showed me videos, and I was like, Kaden, you are not allowed to do this. I do not want you losing any fingers. But like his fingers, his thumbs are already um scratched up from,
Mm.
because these catfish are huge.
Yeah.
And whenever he picks them up, like they're still trying to like suck on his finger and like bite him and stuff. So
Oh.
he now has a glove that he wears. But so we went out. He was there all day yesterday, and then we're supposed to go out, although my life's not together this morning. Um, we were supposed to go fishing today after this, and then come home, get cleaned up, and then go to the lake. And that's like our new thing, is going up to Lake Norman for
Yes.
like lunch and right on the water.
Mhm.
And this is kind of a sideways topic, but I want a house up there.
Oh my God.
Like I told
Fuck
Kevin,
yeah.
I said in 2 years, like we're running for 2 years. Um, Caden will be a senior.
Mm.
And I don't like, why buy a house in this area just
If you don't
for
need
him
to.
if he's going to be in school for 1 year? Because that's why we were going to stay in this particular area. Like
Right.
Mhm.
Norman's about like an hour, 15 hour and a half away. And so it's like, you know, we can have them on the weekends. Or and then
Yeah.
after high school, it's like whatever. And so I don't know. We'll see what we can finagle, but I would really like a house up there.
Is it
I
is
lived
it
up there for years.
like a year-round place you can live?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and so like now we're starting to look at, okay, do we want to still have our wedding in the mountains? Because if we're in the mountains, we did find a place, but or do we want to have it like up at Lake Norman on the water? Because I found some places with like a heated pool and like stuff like
Ooh.
that. But like to Kevin's point, if we're out and about or like doing the ceremony or whatever, like you still have neighbors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whereas if we're in the mountains, it would be very like it would literally just be us.
Yeah.
Um, so we're getting closer to the whole final destination thing, but back to the original topic, we do things a lot together. Like
Yeah.
Kevin does not go and do anything without me ever.
Well, so I'm
Mm.
like with me because I have girlfriends here locally that I mean I don't go out and do a lot of things with, and my hobbies are my hobbies have always been going to live shows. Like I would take a week off of work and go to like 4 Dave shows in a row, between like two states or whatever. So I haven't done that since before COVID, but I encourage Matt to go do things like that to give us time apart because I just don't feel the need to be with him all the time. I want us to do things that we like together, and I want us to find things that we do like together. We haven't really found a lot yet. But like I said earlier, I just don't want to go sit in the golf cart all day long while he plays 18 holes of golf. I don't want to, go sit in a tree stand and look for fucking deer or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
do
don't want
stuff
to.
like that. Like, I mean, if Kevin was into like hunting and stuff, I wouldn't do that, but he's
Yeah,
not into
Hmm.
that kind of
yeah,
stuff. And whenever I go and do things, it's like I'm doing the things also. I'm not watching him do things. So, like, even when we
yeah,
go to the shooting range, I mean, I'm in there shooting with him. It's not
Hmm.
like
right,
I'm there
yeah.
watching him. If we went golfing, I'm not sitting my ass in a golf cart. I'm going to be out there golfing.
You want to,
I
yeah,
I
make an
I just
attempt.
I can't golf, so I mean I can't
I mean,
even
I
hit a
can't
damn
either, but
golf
I think that's
in the.
that's part of the fun.
Well, it's just not my
See,
thing, but
Yeah.
I
my
like
problem is that I can golf, and so it creates a healthy
competition.
Yeah.
competition.
Right. Exactly. And Matt has to win at everything. So that's why I can't play him in anything because he has to win. And every time we bowl, he kicks my ass, but he's like a freaking professional bowler.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
We've
I
attempted
just,
bowling a couple times, but Kevin has really bad arthritis in his hands, so
Mm.
that's kind of a no bueno for him. But
oh,
I was gonna
You got to
say
do the small
something.
balls, the candle pin.
I prefer large ones.
why do you do this to me?
I don't know,
Oh,
pothead.
but like Kevin and I don't have friends.
Mm.
So
We
like we
don't have
don't
a
we
couple
we don't have
friends.
friends. I have I guess friends at work or used to be friends
Yeah.
that I used to hang out with like in my
Yeah.
single days, but it's not something like the only thing that we do like if we still get together, it's like go have a meal. But
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't have friends. And so and even like if I even the couple handful of like women that I'm like I consider them friends, work is so busy.
Hmm.
And whenever I have any downtime, it's like and like and I don't like Gabriel's home now and I like he doesn't live here and so it's like whenever I feel like I so badly wanted to play games last night but I felt bad because it was like he was over here visiting and then it's when
Yeah.
you gonna leave not like when you gonna leave so I can play games but it's like oh my gosh you're leaving to go he lives at his dad's house now
Gotcha.
so um but yeah, I mean, so it's like if Kevin does anything without me, it's like going to visit his mom while we're
Hmm.
recording.
Right.
Mm.
Everything else, I'm like, what do you want to do today? Like, we are literally tied at the hip.
I think that
Yeah.
we need more things to do together, so we can form that bond. I just don't know what things to do. Like we'll go to the movies every once in a while, but you can't really bond during a movie because you're not talking.
Well, you can,
Well, you
but
can, but we
Well,
don't
that's
do
one thing we
that.
don't do. We don't go to the movies.
Yeah.
We'll wait until it comes out and then he'll buy it or whatever and then we'll watch
Right.
it here. And then because we're the type of people that like if we're watching a show and something like major happens, he'll pause it and he'll have to like voice his opinion. And I'm like, "Okay, Edna, like push play."
ah,
But plus I want to be comfortable. Like and if I have to pee, I want to use my own bathroom. So we don't go
Yeah.
see movies. But you're like to your point, you can't like bond and anything like that in
Yeah.
a movie.
Yeah.
hmm.
So like I'm like he's doing a lot for me coming up. Like last night he went to that concert with me. I'm taking him to a birthday party tomorrow, an engagement party next weekend, and then I'll be out of
Then you're
town.
abandoning him. Yeah.
Yes, yes. For
Well, but
this
whenever
gym
he did your
fundraising.
like patio and stuff, I mean, you
Yeah,
guys
we
did
did that
that
together.
together.
Yeah. And that
Hmm.
was a good team building activity, if you
Yeah.
will.
Oh.
You just have to make sure that just have to make sure that you're not taking him to all of the things that you want to do, and you're not
Mm-hmm.
doing any of the things that
Yeah.
he likes to do.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say that most everything that we do is what he wants to do. And by that, I mean watching TV. We always watch what he wants to watch. There's never any compromise about that. He always has the remote. So that's why I don't feel bad for taking him to do things because he's always got the remote to the TV.
Is he a homebody? He's more of like a homebody, unless he's doing like outdoorsy things like
Right,
hunting or
yeah.
fishing.
And we're both like that because I've not been in the mood to go out and be social.
Mm.
I've just got these commitments with these things coming up, the next couple weekends. But like, we'll go
But
to
you
his
don't have to
family's
go.
house and stuff like that, like we did last weekend. I mean,
But like you don't always have to go out to be with other people. Like it's just
mm,
going out to be,
With each
together
other.
yourselves.
right. Yeah, yeah, I know.
Like he's outdoorsy, but like you guys could go axe throwing
Yeah, or
together
yeah,
or
like axe throwing or on a hike or
That's
whatever.
what our
Like,
first date was, is I met this stranger in the woods and we went on a hike and that was our
yeah.
first date.
So like
mm,
that could
mm.
be something. And like Kevin and I love breweries, and so oftentimes like, on Saturdays that's like where we'll go and have lunch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
And you
and
don't
those
have
are
to
the
like
types of
interact with other people. Like
Yeah,
that's
we
the thing
don't.
is like
We
you
don't like other
interact
people.
yourself.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so you can't, like making it out to be like, yeah, so you have all these events. You have the engagement party, the birthday party. You're going to be with a ton of other
Yeah.
people where it's like you need to find stuff that just
Mhm.
you two can go and you're not
Yeah.
forced that interaction with other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because even at like the birthday and party and stuff, like how much are you able to bond? Like he's going with you, but
Yeah.
he's basically like he's
Does he
just
know
he's
anybody
just
there? Like,
going.
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, we were both invited to the party because
because you're married.
they're well, yeah, that too, and they're married, so, I mean, but she did my cake for the wedding, so it's a good friend, so we both know them, and of course they know him through me, but but I forget, like, going to breweries for lunch, and I forget about doing those things because we met during COVID, and we
Mm,
didn't we didn't even start really, like I said, our first date was outdoors, and then we really didn't do anything for the longest time. I mean, the first time we went bowling, we were wearing masks, so we just haven't gotten into that part of our relationship where we're exploring of things to do,
mm.
Do you go
you
on
know.
like weekend getaways at all?
We have not, and that's something that I want to do. Um, but we just, like by the time he gets off work, and of course, since we've been married, he had the whole cancer thing, and he just, wasn't really feeling up to snuff to do anything but chill on the weekend. So he's getting his energy back, and that's what I'm hoping, that we can start going and doing these things. Just, like you said, a weekend getaway
Well, yeah, I
that
mean, a
will,
weekend getaway, you don't necessarily have to like do anything. Just get out of the house. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like get
yeah,
out of your, you can go watch TV in the fucking hotel room wherever you
yeah.
go. You know what I mean? Like, but just getting out of your normal
Routine.
Hmm.
element.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kevin and
exactly.
I try to take a couple getaways, like I don't want to say once a quarter because I might be lying, but I mean it feels like it's once a quarter.
Yeah. That's what I
Whether
would
it's
like to
going
do.
up north to visit my parents, or whether it's just he and I going
Mhm.
to the beach or to the mountains or whatever. We try to get
Right.
away.
Hmm.
That way you have that solid weekend, and we
Mhm.
like go out and do stuff. We sightsee,
Yeah.
and I mean, it just kind of rekindles things and
Mhm.
recharges you as a couple, and
Yeah.
you can focus on each other rather than, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, or
Right. Right.
Right.
We have a trip scheduled for Labor Day weekend. We're going to Nashville because Tennessee is playing the University of Virginia in football. It's the opening for college football season. So we're going with some friends down there. So that's going to be exciting and fun because we've never done anything like that together. We're still I feel like we're still such a new couple, even though
Hmm.
we've been together almost 3 years, but we just couldn't do anything for the longest time,
Yeah. No, but you're
so
still fresh because like, thinking but I mean, here, me and Jenna are like, we got double digits on you.
Yeah, I know.
Where it's like, thinking back, it's like a lot of the things that we did as that young couple was with other people, and you're still getting
Mhm.
to know each other and how each other act in
Yeah.
social situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Like,
whenever y'all, met and everything and in COVID and then you had your
Hmm.
wedding and then like you said he got sick. So this is kind of like um your life part 2, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Especially for him because
Mhm.
you know, I look at people who go through like that cancer stuff or any kind of anything like that, it's just kinda like you have a hard time looking at your previous life and being like, you're totally different.
Mhm.
Whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, like, you're different. It
Hmm.
Right.
affects you somehow, and so your second life like, I feel like my second life is tragically not tragically, but drastically different than my
Mhm.
first life, but
Right.
it's also different in a very good way.
Hmm.
Like, I'm
Mhm.
I'm not as vain as I used to be, which
Are
is
you sure
definitely
about
good.
that?
No, I am.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, like, I don't need to be, like, the center of attention anymore in the room. I'm okay with, like I always needed, like, that
Slightly
outside
off center.
I always needed, like, that outside like, gratification feel or validation, and,
Mhm.
I don't need that so much now. Like, I
Yeah.
like to be recognized still, but I don't need to, like, have that, like I'm not like an attention whore,
Right.
you
Mm.
know?
Right. Yeah. I gotcha. I
So I'm
gotcha.
excited for you too. Like, this might be like you might find, things that new hobbies that,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. So, I mean,
like, one thing
I'm
you could do, Mel, if he's going someplace where he's fishing and if they have, like, a nice trail, like, go out there, like, run do your run walk thing.
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah. I had we not been podcasting this morning, had somebody been on time. But
Oh.
anyway, no. I would have I
Damn.
would have went and walked run this morning. But since, we already had commitments. But, yeah, that's a great idea.
Hmm.
And because he fishes right along the greenway
There.
and it's really, but he fishes for like hours. Like I'm like, how do you do that? You're wading down the river for hours and
He's
you
just
may not
one with
catch a
the
damn
river.
thing. Yeah, that's what he said, one with nature. And I'm like, oh geez. Oh geez. My one with nature is out on the patio, okay? Which I'm spending so much time on. And I still am just like every day I'm just so thankful, that I have somebody in my life that can do those things because let me tell you, had we had to pay for labor, oh my
Oh
God,
yeah.
Yeah.
that would have cost us easily a
A
couple of
fortune.
yeah, like $3,000-4,000 just in labor,
Mm.
so luckily I have somebody that will indulge my things, my wants, for the house, and he understands that it brings value to the house and things like that. But I just love being out there, and I try to spend a lot of time out there morning and during the day when I take little breaks from work, and then in the evening times, and I get him to come out there with me in the evenings.
Hmm.
So, sometimes we'll both be on our phones, but we're still together.
Yeah. We usually sit outside in the evenings and we'll have like one of our phones. Usually it's Kevin's phone playing music and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And we just sit out there and chat about nothing and
Yeah. Well, that's the
love it.
thing is that we don't like the same music, you know. So that's been a little bit difficult to
What kind
try
of
to
music does he
navigate.
like?
He
Bluegrass?
likes no. He likes like we do like some country together. But he likes a lot of like I would say 90s rock like Metallica and things like that, and that's just not my jam, So but, I'll try to put it on some kind of random station. I picked a random station on my iTunes and it played some different rock songs one day and he was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I tried to not play all of the music that I love all the time and I tried
Hmm.
to, appease him as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, so
we like a lot of the same music, but there is some stuff that I'll like it'll be in the car and it'll be playing. He's like, Jen, you have to turn
What the
this
fuck? Yeah.
because my vag is starting to itch.
Can you give me an example?
Really any kind of pop stuff. He's
Celine
just
Dion.
yeah, he's just not into the whole like today's like he likes like the Metallica, he likes, hard like I don't want to say it's like death rock or black rock, whatever it is, but like,
Oh yeah.
um
Old school Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah, or like, we both like Rob Zombie, but like that
Hmm.
kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And so we can listen to that, but I just have to be in the mood for it. Like and that's he can
Right.
listen like and he loves like talk radio like in the morning and I'm just like turn that shit off. Like
Hmm.
I can't listen to talk radio.
Mm-mm.
That's
And
one reason why
first
I have Sirius radio because I cannot stand
yeah, but I got
like
it with
on the
this new
regular radio
car.
stations, like
I got it with this new car, but they still sometimes jibber jabber on there. And I'm just like, I'm not paying for you. I'm not paying for you.
for the jibber jabber.
So I hurry up and switch to like, the coffee house or the
90s
Pulse
on
or whatever.
9.
Yeah, 90s on 9.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one. Yeah, I
That's
do
a
know
good
Channel
that now.
jam.
30. Channel 30 is my favorite. It's the Dave Matthews Band channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. No,
Dude,
my presets are 90s on 9 and Pop 2K.
yeah, I have 90s on 9 and 80s on 8. They're in my presets
Yeah.
too. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just thought about this topic this morning, dropping him off, and I was like, you know what? I need to see if the gals, if they do, these things with their partners, because I feel like I'm, you know, not doing things with him that I should be. But I like to,
Yeah, but it's still
I
healthy
like
to
to
have a
have my me
balance
time.
Yeah.
of you each have your own time and then,
Hmm.
so you just need to work on the things together.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's always going to be a little give and take because there's not, you know, whatever we do, like sometimes I might not always feel really into it, but if it's
Yeah.
something he wants to do, then, you know,
I wish he'd let me practice putting makeup on him. That would be fun.
that might be
A little too much.
pushing the buttons there.
I think so, but I'll have to keep y'all updated on, what we start doing, and, keep you updated on the relationship, because I still feel like it's just new.
Hmm.
Like I'm still getting to know him every single day, it seems like. And then sometimes I feel like I've been with him forever, you know.
Hmm.
So,
Yep.
uh,
You'll
well,
get there. You'll
yeah,
get there.
I'll get there.
Till you get to double digits, you'll get there. No.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming up fast. Like, I mean, we got together in October 2020. So, it'll be 3 years already. And it just seems, but we haven't, I was driving down the road the other day and I seriously was like, I'm married. When did that happen? Oh, yeah, that was some months ago. Because like nothing changed in our household.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We just have, we wear rings now. And so there's still that in my mind. I still think, oh my gosh, wow, I'm married. I never thought I would do this again.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But here we are. So,
Yeah.
and I have a man with expensive hobbies because I forgot to mention painting. He does
Oh,
paint.
He
yep.
does do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is
But he makes some nice stuff
oh gosh, yeah. And he makes good
and
money
it
when he
makes money.
sells them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't care about that. And he does that in the guest room, so it's not like I have to go anywhere. But he had a studio downtown and we used to go down there. I'd have to drop him off, to go paint or whatever. But
Should have him paint you.
I should, like one of those
Paint me
French
like one of
girls.
your French girls.
Or like you
With
guys could
Cooper.
like get
You could
some
like have
like
a Cooper and
you could get some like body paint and lay down like a big sheet and that could be like something y'all could like
Oh. Huh. That's interesting.
oh, look at that. The wheels are spinning.
Yeah. I know because I know he can paint small canvases and then he could probably paint this big old canvas. So I mean, there's there's some talent there.
but
We'll
you
see what
guys
he
could
has.
like paint each other.
Oh shit. I would just
I'm
pour it
not
on
saying
him.
like beautiful paintings. I'm just saying
Yeah.
get like some finger paints that are safe, non-toxic that can go places and
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right.
Can't hear us.
All right,
All
everyone.
ladies.
Have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.